Howdy friends, hope all's well. So, if you're considering tanking on a Druid, you'll want to take a different approach for what type of ring you use than maybe a Warrior or Paladin would. Other tanking classes are usually aiming for stats like defense rating and stamina, both of which are valuable to a Druid, but the main stat a Druid wants for their ring slots is actually armor. The reason for this is that Druids, when shapeshifting into bear form, get over 3 times more armor from gear. So there's extra benefit when getting gear from sources that don't normally give it. With the right items, it's almost like getting plate gear on your weapon or trinket. A rule I like to keep in mind is that as a Druid, a little bit of armor becomes a lot. But jewelry with armor is a little more uncommon, requiring you to search a little harder to find that optimal gear. So here are a few rings that you can aim for if you want to tank on your Druid. First is the Band of the Great Tortoise. This is the easiest to obtain ring and has a whopping 120 armor. For a Druid, if you're in bear form, this translates to 607 additional armor, all because of this one ring. To get this ring, you would need to go to Tyrannus, head far southwest near the path leading to Ngoro Crater, and you'll find Tuga, a poor, lost turtle who has the gift of speech. He'll tell you he got lost trying to find food for his wife and ask you to return him south of Steamweedle Port, which is all the way across the zone. Getting him there is a little monotonous. He follows you around. It's not an escort quest because you lead him there, but you'll lead him through the desert, fighting many desert mobs. He'll always stop to fight everything that gets in your way. You can't just bypass him. But once you return him to his somewhat ungrateful wife, he'll reward you with this fantastic ring. The Band of the Great Tortoise is a great ring if you want the option to tank, but don't care to go all out of your way getting gear, because it's so easy to obtain and it's really not bad for a Druid. Frankly, I'm surprised more people don't talk about this ring, as it's fantastic in the early levels. Another valuable ring that isn't too particularly difficult to obtain is the Arkadyich Stone from Uldaman. It drops off the last boss, so you do have to do a little bit of work to get it, and while it doesn't give as much armor as the previous ring, it does give random stats, meaning you could get one that gives stamina and strength. In case you're wondering, 50 armor on a ring gives 269 armor in bear form, provided you have the right talents. Considering Uldaman isn't a very high level dungeon, you can stealth to the last boss and solo him. Just be sure to bring some potions and prepare for it, because it won't be an easy fight by yourself, but you can do it. Next we have the Ring of Protection. This is an amazing ring, giving 150 armor or 775 when you're in bear form. Quite the boost for a simple ring. This ring is one of the rewards you'll receive from the quest Hidden Treasures. This is the last quest in the Battle for Darrowshire quest line, which can be started at an NPC in Light's Hope. Just start the quest Marauders of Darrowshire and follow it through. In addition to armor, this ring gives 9 stamina, which, assuming you have Heart of the Wild talents, gives an extra 20% boost on that stamina stat. Sure is nice being a Druid, isn't it? You get all this extra stats from your gear. The next ring is Thralls Resolve, which gives 150 armor, 4 strength, and 7 stamina. As you might have guessed though from the name, this ring is Horde exclusive, as it's given by our beloved Warchief Thrall. This ring comes from a chain quest that begins in Kargoth in the Badlands. The quest chain will have you go to Blackrock Depths and eventually defeat the last boss, all with the goal of rescuing the Princess Bronzebeard. Now I won't spoil the ending of this quest, but just know that you'll be returning to Thrall shortly after. If you're Horde, this is your tanking best in slot. However, if you're not in good standing with Thrall, maybe you did something like pick Alliance, then you can have an alternate ring. Nagler Ring is a ring that drops off the Golem Lord boss in Blackrock Depths. This ring gives 50 armor, plus 5 defense, and the unique ability to deal 3 arcane damage to attackers when they strike you in combat. This stacks really well with your Thorns buff. With the right RNG, this ring's also arguably easier to obtain than the others, and if you're Alliance, it's your best in slot. Finally, there's the Heavy Dark Iron Ring. I'm mentioning this last because it's a lot more difficult to obtain. This tank ring drops off Molten Core from a variety of bosses, and with its plus 20 stamina and 110 armor, this will be your best in slot for phase 1. So these are the rings you want to aim for if you're considering a Druid tank. If you are watching this in some later phases of Classic, there are some additional rings that are coming, namely the Ring of Emperor Veclor, which gives 100 armor, 12 agility, 18 stamina, and plus 9 defense. Makes it a fantastic tank ring for anyone, Druids included. Also, in the final phase, when Naxxramas is available, there's the Signet of the Fallen Defender. This is like the best ring you could possibly get, obviously since it comes from Naxxramas, but it gives 140 armor, 24 stamina, and improves your chance to hit by 1%. If you can get this ring, you've already proven yourself to be an amazing tank, so you deserve it. So, I hope you found this video useful for getting your Druid rings. I'm thrilled to be seeing more and more dedicated Druid tanks out there. Our class is really proving it to the rest of the players that, yes, we can tank. I myself plan to focus more on healing, but I do enjoy watching my armor rating go higher and higher as I collect more gear, so I'm going to keep my eye out for these rings. Well, that's all I have for today. If you enjoy my videos, you might be interested to know that I have a book on Amazon. So if you'd like a frightening fantasy thriller, feel free to check it out. Link is in the description below. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys next time.